All right. So I wanted to showcase the power of Yummy Mitsurugi. And so I'm going to show off a couple combos. The first combo will start off with Tour Guide from the Underworld. Nobody ever plays this card in their deck. I've been making videos about this, and I'm going to show you why this card is so good. So Fiendsmith has a bridge that can bridge any two effect monsters into Fiendsmith combo. This deck, Yummy, does the same thing. So we're going to start off with Tour Guide from the Underworld. We're going to make Sangin. From there, we can go Sangin into this card right here, Sky Striker Ace Camellia. Now, if your opponent is going to Droll and Lockbird you, they can Droll and Lockbird the Sangin search after you use the Droll and Lockbird search, right? So Sangin can add any monster with 1500 attack or less. So Droll and Lockbird is one of those monsters. Maxi, Ash Blossom, Fawalos if you were crazy. Yeah, you can add whatever, even one of your Yummy monsters if you want to add one of those. Um, so yeah, but if you're starting off with Tour Guide into Sangin and then you do this, you don't have to search a Yummy. You're getting in the Yummy engine anyways. You can search for the best card in this game, which is Maxi. I don't think anybody's doubting that Maxi is the best card in this game. So you can just search Maxi. So we're going to add Maxi from our deck to our hand. You could add Ash, but I do want to point out something about Maxi. When you make Maxi, when you add Maxi, you're going to have Herald of Arclight on your field. You won't be able to activate it right away. So if you want to add Ash instead or Ghost Bell, you can. But Maxi and Droll and Lockbird both won't be activatable while Herald of Arclight's on the field. And it's also not activatable on your turn. So what you're going to do now is activate the Sky Striker Camellia. You could send the Engage. I know what you're thinking. Well, you want to play around Droll and Lockbird. They've already had the opportunity to Droll you. So we're going to go Kagari. They've already had the opportunity to ask you when you sent the card in the first place. They've already had the opportunity to Droll and Lockbird you, and they're going to have the opportunity right here to Ghost Bell you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to activate the Engage. And they can ask you again right here when you're searching, but you've already been in a point where they could ask you when you send it to the graveyard. Then we're going to activate Hornet Drones to summon the token. And then from here, we're going to go Cupsy Yummy Way. Cupsy Yummy Way is going to activate, allowing you to grab Cupsy Yummy and Marshmallow Yummy. Then you can discard whatever you want. So I would discard, let's discard Radiant of Rights. We're going to activate Marshmallow Yummy. And then we're going to link that off for Yummy Snatchy. Yummy Snatchy is going to be able to activate to set the field spell. Then the field spell can activate to resummon out the Marshmallow Yummy. Then we're going to summon out Cupsy Yummy. Cupsy Yummy is going to activate, allowing me to grab Surprise. And then we can go into this card right here, the Martial Metal Marcher, using either of these two cards. Martial Metal Marcher will activate, allowing you to bring back one of your level 2s. And then here you're going to go into Lollipo Yummy Way, using Snatchy plus this one here. this will activate, and then this will allow you to go summon 2 monsters. So we're gonna summon 2 level 1s. Don't activate the marshmallow right here because it doesn't have an effect because its effects are negated. But what you're gonna want to do is go into this card right here, this Samsara, using 2 of these monsters. And then you can go into Herald of Arclight right here using the Samsara and the Cups of Yummy Way. And then you can go into Sprite Elf using, if you want to use Herald of Arclight or the Lollipo. So let's do Lollipo in this one, the Metal Marsher. So we'll use these 2. And there's a reason why I'm doing this like this. So now we're gonna go Sprite Elf for, let's go, it doesn't matter which one. Sprite Elf for either of them. And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're going to go IP Masquerena with both of these 2. I like to put IP Masquerena in the middle. Herald of Arclight will search, and it'll search for Habakiri right here. Now, this might sound crazy, but we have Sprite Elf and we have IP Masquerena. This is not our end board. Don't worry. We're going to get right back into the business, and you'll see how. We're going to have everything on field. So we're going to go Habakiri, and we're going to summon Saji. Saji Tribute. And right here we're going to go ritual. Am I tripping? Oh, we started off with ritual, I think. So you would want to search for the ritual off of the Saji search. So you want to search for the ritual. Me, I'm gonna just go ahead and grab mirror right here. Next, you want to go ritual, and then you're gonna do the second effect to summon this card out. So then we're gonna go Kusanagi plus Aramasa to summon out Habakiri. And then Habakiri effect or Kusanagi to add the ritual back, and then Aramasa. Now, we specifically did that first ritual summon first. Now I can add Futsu right here. Now we specifically made sure that we did that effect with ritual before we do our next play, which is going to be the Samsara in the grave, to send back Herald of Arclight to summon. Specifically want to send back Herald of Arclight, and then Yummy Surprise right here to summon back the Marshmallow. I'm gonna activate this to add Surprise back to our hand. And so I don't screw this up, you can set this later, but I'm gonna set it now because my mouse likes to click stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set it, and then we're gonna go Herald of Arclight. See, I didn't even confirm that, it just did it. Because my mouse is getting pretty old. My clicks are starting to give out. So now we have Herald of Arclight as an Omni Negate, Sprite Elf, IP Masquerena, Habakiri, but we're not done. We're gonna go Ritual, This time we're going to summon the Mirakumo from deck. And this is where you would add mirror right here. But since I already have mirror in hand, I'm just going to add the trap. Then I can special summon the Habakiri back out. Then I'm going to activate the mirror to special summon the Futsu, tributing the Mirakumo this time. And then I'm going to activate the Mirakumo to grab prayers. Now me, I run 2 Kusanagi, so I would then activate the prayers and then tribute the Futsu and then add 1 monster. So I would then add Kusanagi for follow-up. So then that way I can just Kusanagi to grab prayers, trap, whatever I want. It's in my hand already. Then I go Futsu and then mirror. And then this is where I would grab the trap right here. So if you grab the trap, it would be perfect. But you can also grab purification if you already have access to the trap. And then we're going to summon this back out and then set our cards. So we'll set the trap. And so we also have red reboot, but this is basically everything that we would have off of Tour Guide Underworld full combo. Like everything's all set up. Plus we also searched Maxi. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. We got Sprite Elf set up so we can bring back one of our level 2s, the Cupsy Yummy Way or Lollipo. We also have Mirakumo plus Futsu. We also have Herald of Arclight, Habakiri, Sprite Elf, IP Masquerena. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this prayers as well, and I'm gonna set red reboot. I'm gonna show you how all of these interruptions kind of play out with this particular deck. Not all of them, but for the most part, the gist of them. So the only way to really showcase this deck is to use our Omni Negates kind of like early. So, or at least one of them. So I can IP Masquerena away this field spell right here. So we're gonna go IP. For SP Little Knight using Habakiri plus IP. I'm gonna activate IP to get rid of that field spell. And then I can SP Little Knight right here to bring back one of the 2 monsters. So I'm gonna bring back the Cupsy Yummy Way. Then right here, let's just wait and see what he does. So he's gonna summon this. And I kind of don't really have anything I can do right here. Assuming we don't have prayers. So I'm just gonna like not do anything. And he's going to attempt to attack. Okay. So I guess, what is this? When the attack is declared involving another plant, you contribute this card and it'll gain 1,000 attack. All right, so I love that he did that because now I can showcase some of the effects that these cards can actually do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually use, I probably shouldn't use Herald of Arclight because a lot of the times people want to see what it looks like when this stays on the field as a floodgate. But I kind of want to use it so that way I can clear some space on the field to immediately be able to do stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. So Herald of Arclight, and this will actually negate that. And then it'll also search. So I can search for whatever. So I'll just search for, let's search for mirror. And then I can also max see them if they try to start summoning, because Herald is also no longer on the field. And then they just end their turn. So yeah. Now I didn't really get a chance to show off like a whole bunch of interactions with the deck, because I mean they kind of just ended their turn. But for follow up, if you have the level 2 in your Mirakumo on the field, or Futsu or whatever, you just go right into Baron. Just go right into Baron. You can activate Sprite Elf if it's still on the field, and bring back one of your yummies. I'm gonna put this into attack, and I'm just gonna summon this Cupsy Yummy, put that in attack, and just go ahead and win the game, and then we'll go into another match. I kind of wanted to showcase like what this deck can really do, but this opponent's not really gonna do much, so it's gonna be kind of difficult to show that. Nice. What does this card do? If this card is sent from that field or hand to the graveyard, you can excavate and send it to the graveyard. If not, I don't really care. I don't care about that card. Excavating. Alright, so what does that do? Target one monster on the field and destroy that target. Oh yeah. Good luck with that, buddy. And if you don't know about Baron, let me show y'all this. If you don't know about Baron, I'm gonna just attack and get him low, and then I'm gonna show you some stuff that you can do. How much health does he have? 800. All right. I'm gonna set this cross-out designator. I'm gonna go into Snatchy with this Cupsy Yummy right here. And then I'm gonna change the field spell out with Snatchy. This is something you would normally do on your opponent's turn, but there's a reason for why I'm doing this. And then I'm just in my turn right there. Now, I'm not gonna take Baron off the field just yet. So you see he's activating the Mount Sylvania. This is something that you can do with the Baron and SP Little Knight. So I'm gonna activate SP Little Knight to banish Baron and SP Little Knight. So he's gonna send one card, choose one Sylvania, place it on top of the deck. I'm going to chain the Lollipop Yummy that's on the field to this. And then I can choose one or two cards. I'm only going to choose one right here because I want my SP Little Knight and Baron to come back. So I'm just going to choose one card effect. In this case, I have not used Snatchy yet, so I'm just going to use Cupsy Yummy as that one card that I bring back. And then I'm going to draw a card. So he's going to do something. He's going to activate to excavate. And so what I'm going to do while he's like activating the excavator card, I'm going to go Yummy Snatchy right here. And this will showcase like what you can really do with this deck. So I can go into Cookie Yummy. Cookie Yummy will allow me to book a moon, 2 of his cards. And we also changed the field spell out. Don't forget about that. So what we'll do is we'll go Cookie Yummy. We'll put this into defense, even though it has no attack. And then we're going to activate Cookie Yummy. I'm going to flip this card face down. I'm not going to flip another one. And then I'm going to pop a card. I'm going to pop his field spell. Just like that. Very simple. And then I could also Sprite Elf right here to bring another card back. So of course, SP Little Knight is coming back and Baron is coming back. Just like that. And the reason I wanted to showcase that is for this very particular reason. So let me pop this and then just end my turn so you can see what it did. So of course everybody knows once you use up Baron's like one effect to negate, which I've already negated with Baron, you can't negate again after that, right? So I'm gonna just end my turn. I'm not even gonna pop this time because I just want him to just activate something so I can showcase this. What do I want to discard? I don't have it on the field. Okay, I can discard anything. If Herald of Arclight is on the field, make sure you don't discard something that you care about because it will go banished. All right, there we go. So they're activating stuff. They're not gonna. Oh, they're just gonna enter battle phase. What are you attacking? All right, whatever. We just have to prayers this. I was really wanting him to just activate an effect, but the computer refuses to activate an effect. But it's okay. We're gonna force them to activate an effect. We're gonna go Futsu, Mirakumo. And then we're gonna activate or add prayers. Resummon that Futsu back out, this time in defense. Oh man, they're still not activating. Come on, man, just activate an effect. I have so many cards in my hand right now that it's gonna start making me discard shit like crazy. But it's okay. Reboot. Yeah, I'm gonna just end my turn because I want to show this. I want to show what it did. There it is. That's what I needed him to do. So now look. I can Baron the floor again. I can Baron the floor again to negate something that he's trying to do. So I've already used the negate of Baron, but I was able to reset it with SP Little Knight. Then I'm gonna discard. I don't care about cookie in my hand. Then I'll also discard. I'll also discard the mirror because it'll go back into my deck. And then let's see. All right, now with Baron, because I've already used its Omni Negate, let's say that we're going into his turn. I've negated on my turn for whatever reason. I can just Baron the floor, activate, and then summon the Herald of Arclight. Just like that. Now they're back under another floodgate, and I have an Omni Negate again. So that's something to be aware of. And then when their turn comes back up, because I put Baron back into my deck, I can simply make Baron again. So you're using Baron and Herald of Arclight and looping these two cards, and like basically they become like negate. So don't be afraid to actually use these two cards. When this one goes to the grave, it searches as well, and on top of that, you can just use Baron to put it back. And so just be kind of aware of that. And I can go ahead and finish this game up now. I've shown what I need to show. So let me just pop this and just go ahead and attack him. He's going to activate. What does this do? When a civilian, you can special summon this card. Okay. Yeah, I'm not letting that happen. I don't care. I'm ready to just end this game because I've already shown enough of this combo. But I just wanted to showcase like that, the interruptions. You have a ton of interruptions, by the way. Book of Moon, Omni Negates, like you put up so much. So that's the tour guide of the Underworld way of playing this. Now let's attempt to show the Diviner of the Herald way of doing this. So, of course, tour guide can search hand traps. Oh yeah. I guess while I have this card in my hand, I can show this off real quick. So, if you normal summon this card right here, and then you add this Miracle Raven right here, scale this Raven, and then you tribute this card for Miracle Raven. This card will scale itself, and because you have a ritual on the field, changes battle position, and then it'll summon onto the field. And then guess what? From here, Camellia. This is the point of the last combo, the tour guide. From Camellia, you're doing the exact same thing that you did from the last combo. So you just follow the combo from that point. Just think of it like this. Once you get to Camellia, it's the same exact combo as tour guide. Tour guide was just to search for a hand trap, but I just showed you how to do it using this card right here, this Novellas. Let's see if I can show you the Diviner. I think Diviner is the strongest, and you'll see why. Diviner or the Herald, I think, is the strongest way to do it. All right. So there's a part of this that's kind of pissing me off because Miracle Raven is in, like, it's right here in my hand. So it'll make it seem like you can't really do this, but you can. I'm going to show you. So Diviner of the Herald. And you're going to send Herald of Arclight, right? Herald of Arclight will then search. So what you're going to search for with Herald of Arclight is Miracle Raven. Since it's already in my hand, I'm not going to activate Herald of Arclight, but you should activate it so you can get Miracle Raven. I'm just doing this to show you. Herald of Arclight searches a ritual monster. The ritual monster that you search for is this one. This is a ritual monster. So you search Miracle Raven. You're going to go Raven effect or Pendulum Raven. And then you're going to activate it. The monster that you're going to tribute is going to be the Diviner of the Herald. And then you're going to go Diviner effect to grab this card here, or to summon it. Once it summons, look, it's going to search for a level 1 ritual monster. Guess what you're searching? Miracle Raven. This is why you have 2 of them. Then you're going to go Raven Scales. You're going to activate the Raven, and you're going to tribute the Raven that's on the field. And do you know what Raven does when it's tributed? When Raven gets tributed, you can add 1 ritual monster from deck to hand. So look, now you have Habakiri in hand. And you have 2 bodies on the field. So if you had done this combo the different way, where people do with the Diviner, summon 2 bodies, and then they search or whatnot, you could do that. But this way, you get Habakiri, you get your 2 bodies on the field, so you can go into Camellia. You could then send, go into Kugari. Kagari effect for engage. We're gonna go engage. For Hornet drones, activate the Hornet drones. And then here we're gonna go into Cupsy Yummy Way. Now we already have Cupsy in hand. But you're gonna want to search Cupsy Yummy Way. So I'm just gonna search it again. Cupsy and Marshmallow. And I'm just gonna discard. You discard whatever, just any random card, it doesn't matter. Long as it's not like a combo piece or something. But I'm gonna discard one of the Cupsies because I want to show this combo off. So now what you're going to want to do is you could do the Mitsurugi stuff first, so then that way you can get the part of it where you're going to banish stuff out of the way, but then you're going to clog your field. So it's better to do yummy stuff first. So the way to do this is Marshmallow, and then Link for the Snatchy. I'm gonna do the Minion field spell. Mignon field spell, I mean. Of course, revive the Marshmallow. And then you're gonna go, oh yeah. This time you're gonna go into, well, I guess technically you still have to go into it, but because you still kind of have to go into Metal Marcher, but this card right here, the Samsara Sorrow Cat, it's probably better this time. So what we're gonna do is Samsara Sorrow Cat just like this, and then Cupsy Yummy. So you can dodge the other thing that we did earlier. You can dodge that. You can avoid making that other monster. You're going to search for Surprise. which is this one here, the metal marcher. You can still do the metal marcher if you want to just do the tour guide underworld combo. You can still do that if you wanted to, but you don't have to this time. So then from here, we've already used up all of our like different types of summons. So now we can just go into Lollipo Yummy using this and this. Of course, Lollipo will revive back to level 1s. So we're gonna bring back, it doesn't matter, just any 2. Just don't use the marshmallow effect because it's negated, remember that. Then what we're gonna do is make Sprite Elf, I believe, right here. So yeah, Sprite Elf. So we can use the Samsara. I know it's a level 3 tuner. It's gonna sound weird to say this, but use that plus your level 2 to make Sprite Elf. And then you can use the card to put Herald of Arclight back. And then you can go right into Herald of Arclight. And I'm gonna put it over here in the corner. Then you can use Sprite Elf, revive back any level 2, whichever one. And we can go into IP Masquerena. Actually, I'm gonna leave the level 2 on the field this time because we can make Baron right here. So this time I'm gonna leave the level 2. This time I'm gonna go surprise. No, I can't do it. Never mind. Actually, yes, I can. I can still do it. So I can use Lollipo. So we're gonna go level 2. I'll put this over here. And then we're gonna go IP Masquerena with Cupsy Yummy in this one. Yeah, so we're gonna make Baron this time. Like turn 1 Baron. Then we're gonna go Habakiri, Versace, Tribute Saji, grab the ritual. Now I run 2 Kusanagi for this reason that you're about to see. When you activate the ritual and you go for number 2, just be prepared for this because this is gonna sting. You're gonna go Kusanagi and Aramasa right here. And look, they both get banished. But I run 2 Kusanagi for this reason. For this very reason. So we're gonna go Kusanagi effect to grab the ritual. And then Aramasa effect. And this will allow us to grab Futsu right here. Then we're gonna go ritual effect to summon the Mirakumo using the on-field Habakiri. Do not do the Futsu from hand because it will get banished. So be aware of that. So Mirakumo, and then of course Habakiri is gonna summon. So this is where you would add your mirror. But I already have it, so I'm gonna just add the trap. And we're gonna summon back Habakiri. And then we can go ahead and go right in the Baron the floor using the level 2 and then the Habakiri on field. Then we can go ahead and go mirror effect to get the Futsu summoned. And then this is where I would grab my prayers. And then resummon the Mirakumo back out. Now, you could then go prayers, tribute the Mirakumo to search. It'll deck in a little bit, and then you can grab purification. Or you could prayers, grab another prayers, whichever one you prefer. I'm going to tribute the Mirakumo. And then I'm going to do the first effect to add. I like to add my second Kusanagi. So then that way as follow up, I can just normal summon it. And then I'll activate the mirror effect right here. I don't think I had anything else I could search. So, but Kusanagi normal, and then boom, whatever. I don't know why. Did I already activate? Oh, I tributed the wrong monster. I was supposed to tribute Futsu. I'm dumb. Ignore me. I'm stupid. I tributed the wrong monster. I was supposed to tribute Futsu. Futsu would have searched for prayers, but it's okay. It's okay. Tribute to Futsu right there. And yeah, but it's okay because this is good for being able to showcase like what the deck can do in terms of hey, hold on. I'm missing a card. What the hell? Oh, okay. I forgot what surprise. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. We'll be able to get surprise back. I just won't be able to use it, but I made Baron in its place. So I'll take an Omni Negate over summoning back off of surprise. It's because I put the monster in the zone right here, and I needed it out of the way, so it kind of screwed me a little bit, but it's okay. It's a-okay. I can just sprite elf right here. Revive back the Cupsy. And he's gonna set a card face down. Activate a field spell. Let's see. What does this do? Technically, I could just activate this right here and then IP Masquerena and Sprite Elf. No, I've already Sprite Elfed. I want to Herald negate this right here. And then activate Maxi. In case he's going to do anything. Any kind of special summons. Herald will search. I can search for mirror. And he's not going to do anything. Okay. Of course, I can pop this back row. He's going to activate. What does this do? Place one card from your hand on top of the bottom of the deck. Special summon one Sylvia monster. It's unaffected by other cards this turn. Yeah, I'm not letting that resolve. So we're negating that 1000%. And then I'm just going to mirror so I can win just to end the game. If for whatever reason you get um, surprised into the grave, you can still get it back. Even and I'll show you. I'll show you how you can get it back. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just attack, get his life points kind of low, and then I'll show you how to actually get that back. So I'm gonna just set the prayers. Now Baron is no longer able to negate anything. I don't think, because I think I used the Omni negate, if I'm not mistaken, last turn. So I'm just going to activate Baron right here to put Herald back onto the field. And then when he he didn't activate shit. I was gonna say when he activates, I can show you how to get surprise back, but I guess he don't care. So let's do it again. This is kind of frustrating whenever they don't play. All right, perfect. Is he really just gonna end his turn right here on that? Oh my god. I really, really want to be able to show this off. But they are not with the shits. No, that's not what I want to banish. All right. If he'll actually activate an effect, I can show it. They're just refusing to do so. And don't worry, I'm not in any real danger. I can easily just pop this whenever I'm ready. If he'll activate an effect. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so he tributes right here. So now since he's activating this card effect, I can actually chain Cups of Yummy Way, so I can showcase this effect that I've been trying to showcase for I don't know how long now. So now we're gonna make Snatchy Yummy and Marshmallow Yummy. So let's put Snatchy on the field here, Marshmallow here. If this card is normal or special summon, yeah, I don't care about that. We're gonna go Marshmallow right here to add back the card, and we're gonna switch the field spell out by the way as well. And then there we go. We can add surprise back to our hand. What does this do? Rika Glamour. Tribute, add one Rika. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. So here's the funny thing. I can snatch you right here and then go into not Cupsy, Cookie. Cookie is kind of really good right here. Because Cookie can actually flip this and this to face down. He's gonna tribute to basically try to stop that, and because he's tributing to try to stop it, I can just chain Cookie to it again. This is why Yummy is so good. I can just keep chaining effects to effects, and sure, he's going to negate the effect of me doing that, but I can just then put Snatchy back out again, and then I can do Cupsy or Cuppy. So because he activated an effect, I can literally just search. So he negates that, but look, I can just search or draw a card. He's gonna go to increase their levels, and I'm gonna activate Snatchy again. And this time I'll make, let's make, so this one was negated. So I'll make Cupsy using this and this. So I'll go Cupsy, Yummy Way, and then also the field spell to pop. So I'll pop one of their cards. This one hadn't been activated yet, so I'll just trigger to pop that one. And then this is where I could add Lollipop and Cookie. And then I'll discard the free prep. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of how this deck kind of works. And I can still board wipe them too, by the way. So I contribute the Futsu right here. And I'll, oh no. Well, I was supposed to be able to, but I keep misclicking. But I was supposed to summon back Mirakumo, but it's okay. It is okay. We're gonna grab prayers right here, and I'll do it right the next time around, so you'll see. So let's go Futsu, summon. Alright, so this is what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to prayers, tribute the Futsu, and then summon the Mirakumo. And then of course Futsu, our Mirakumo. This will do the board wipe. And then this will add the mirror. Futsu will resummon back onto the field. And then guess what? Right back in the Baron. And we can also get our Yummies back if we wanted to. We still have our surprise, so we could use surprise. We still got our sprite elf, so if they try to activate something, we can chain to it. Yeah, Lollipop, we'll put Cupsy on the field. And on top of that, we still have our field spell right here. So if we wanted to put back Snatchy, we can do so. If we also want to put back Lollipop, we can do so. There it is. That's the power of Yummy. In a match, it's way more interactive. It's just like in an online match, it's way more interactive. It's just doing this offline, the computer really doesn't try. So, but if I do this in a match, like, there's going to be a ton of hand traps and all kind of stuff going on. Also, let me show like what you can do if you get hit with like Duel and Lockbird or something, or Maxi. Matter of fact, you know what? Duel and Lockbird and Maxi. That's what we'll say. So let's say we get hit with Duel and Lockbird, for example. Let's say we get hit with Duel and we starting off with a Yummy body. We can go Yummy Snatchy. Or even Maxi. So this would be one draw for them. And then we're gonna do Mignon right here. And then we're gonna resummon the Lollipo. This could be under Fuawos and all, whatever that card's called. Let's say this is our combo piece here, and we get hit with Droll, Maxi, whatever you want to call it, whatever you say we get hit with, that's what we get hit with. Me, I would say that you're better off going one more summon, so then that way you'll have like very particular monsters, but you can stop right here. So you give your opponent what, 2 summons off of Maxi if they have Maxi, and Droll does nothing to this because you didn't search for anything. So Droll does nothing. They place this on the field, they would have Droll in their hand still. If they did Droll you at some point, you can do this all day. If you're under Maxi, you can keep playing. I mean, if you're not under Maxi but you're under Droll, you can keep playing, keep doing stuff. If you're under Maxi, you can stop right here, and I'm gonna show you why. So let's end our turn right here. So of course they are going to activate right here to tribute to special summon this card. I want to chain the Snatchy right here. I'm gonna go into Cupsy Yummy way. Alright, so Cupsy Yummy way. We're gonna add to our hand. We can add Cupsy plus, I believe, Marshmallow would be the play right here. Well, Marshmallow doesn't do anything in this scenario that we're currently in, so I want to add Cookie Yummy because Cookie can pop something. So we're gonna add Cupsy and Cookie. Then I'm going to discard right here the Cookie. Look, he's gonna activate. So boom. Now I go this plus Cookie, the Snatchy plus the Cookie. Because Cookie was summoned off of a synchro, I can activate it, target this, and then I can activate this to switch the field spell out. Look, destroy the card just like that. Now they're about to end their main phase. Look, I can activate this again. This time I'll go into Lollipo Yummy this time. And this time we're gonna go Lollipo Yummy to summon 2 from the graveyard, and then we're gonna activate this field spell to pop. and then I can summon the 2 level 1s out. And then I'm not going to trigger that. But if he continued to try to play, if he tried to play through this as well, I could tag out again, put the other level 1 back onto the field, synchro summon again, and then Book of Moon his cards. So we had plays. We definitely had plays. So yeah. And that's if you're under max C. So this is just showing like the number of interruptions you could have off of like the most minimum of plays with this deck particularly. And you still have your resources, like you can still continue to make your plays. If you wanted to start doing plays here with Yummy, you can do full Yummy combo, because now you're starting your combo off already with most of your stuff already in circulation. You can summon out Cupsy. You actually search Cupsy during your last turn, so you can actually summon out Cupsy, and then Cupsy Yummy to search for your surprise, just like that, and then boom, now you got more and more plays that you can do. So just wanted to point that out. There's so much that you can do in this deck particularly. Let's well, I guess it's okay. I think I've shown like what you can really do, but yeah. And let me show y'all the deck list for this. So this is a 60 card deck. I've shown you, I believe, I don't think I showed you how you can start with Yummy. I may have, but actually I did. I just showed you like super basic way of starting with Yummy. You can start with Yummy. This is the most simple way too. The most interaction off of the most simple stuff that you can do. Just literally having a link 1. And if you did the link 2, it's crazy as well. They have to basically play without activating card effects. Because you just chain to them and then you play around everything. Imperm, Veiler, all of that. You just play around it by just chaining to it. But I showed you how you can play with Tour Guide. Tour Guide can search you a hand trap. I showed you how you can play with Diviner. Diviner can get you like all kind of crazy inboards. The most powerful inboards with the most negates and everything. And it searches for both engines basically. Through the combo, you get your like both engines started off through combo. And then also like even this card can be used in that way to kind of start the combos off. It's harder to do it with Miracle Raven by itself. If you have Miracle Raven plus a monster, it's not so bad, especially if that monster is one of the Mitsurugi monsters. Then Miracle Raven is even better because you can tribute and then search. So just know that this card is a 1-card starter. So technically you could remove this out and put this card to 2 like that, which is probably what I'll do. That's probably better anyways, because you normal this and you summon this. So yeah, 1-card starter as well. And people don't really know how to stop a lot of this, especially when they start seeing like pendulums. A lot of people don't really know how to deal with pendulum cards. So yeah. And this card, by the way, so if you have this Miracle Raven plus this in hand, let's say you get Miracle Raven out onto the field and your opponent don't know what to do, and you also have access to this card, like you could put this in the pendulum zone and then summon it by changing the battle position of Miracle Raven, and then you can start making plays. And a lot of the times they won't know how to stop this. They don't know how, like it doesn't do anything that they can normally stop. So they won't know how to actually deal with it. So super funny. Just know that it's kind of funny. It's this whole deck is like really funny watching people try to stop it. If you've ever saw any of my videos, you know that I build some really crazy decks, and this is one of them. So yeah, this card right here, um, it's not as good, which is why I probably would cut it down to 1. Um, all this really does, I would say, all this card really does is just get you Miracle Raven. But the problem with it is that if you get the sacrificial offering token on the field, basically you have to tribute using Miracle Raven. You have to tribute the token um, for the ritual summon, because if you don't tribute the token, then you're locked out of the extra deck. So you cannot special summon from the extra deck while you control that token. So just know that. That's why this card kind of sucks, especially if they can prevent you from summoning Miracle Raven. So if you go to activate Miracle Raven or something, put it in the pendulum zone, and they pop it, and this token remains on your field, you're kind of screwed. It does give you a draw card effect that just kind of comes up sometimes. The whole inflict battle damage with a ritual monster, like, that's interesting, but for the most part, all you're really using this for is just to search for Miracle Raven. But just know that if you put that token on the field, you might be in for some trouble. Most of the time, I don't even use it for the token. I literally just, the only time I do is if I plan on using Miracle Raven as an additional body, like that level 1. So sometimes, like, for example, I may have like Tour Guide of the Underworld. I normal out Tour Guide, and I just so happen to have readying of rights on my hand. I normal Tour Guide, they ash it, imperm, whatever, effect Veiler, they stop it. Then I go Miracle Raven. Through the readying, I grab it, get the token on the field or whatnot, and this becoming level 1. And then you can link the Tour Guide of the Underworld off for Solemn Great Almirage, and now you have your link 1 and your level 1, and then you can go into any of these. So that's how you can do that. You could also, I would also do Solemn Great probably first before I would even attempt to do the readying of rights, just in case. But yeah, so hopefully I'm kind of explaining this good. And you don't have to summon the token, it's not required. If you have a ritual, like if you have one of these rituals in hand, you can use Miracle Raven to just tribute one of those, or a hand trap. It could be, a lot of the times you'll have like dead Fualos in your hand, just tribute that, it'll get your body onto the field, and you can just go right into yummy plays. So hopefully y'all enjoy this video. I know it's a long video, but I know this is a very informative video, and it showcases some tech that you may not even thought about. You may not have even thought about. I am very tired, but yeah. So hopefully this video is very informative. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.